All right, we'll finish with Gaston Moore, Nico, and Chris. Just raise your hand. We'll start with Adam up front.
Chris, if you look at where you were in understanding the offense and the tempo and all that at the beginning of the spring to now, what's been the growth? What's the difference?
For sure in the beginning, it was hard, but the tempo of the game, I think we got the fastest offense in like the nation type thing. So now I'm used to it, I'm accustomed to it, so it feels normal to me now.
Yes, in the past couple spring games, you've had some pretty good performances. How do you feel like your understanding of the offense is, and what's allowed you to succeed in these last couple spring games?
I feel really good. I was with this coaching staff at UCF, so I've been with them for a while, learning from great quarterbacks ahead of me. I've just learned a lot, and I feel like I'm really comfortable in this offense.
Ryan and Eric.
Nico, just what you think of Jake Merkley today?
Man, I thought he played great, man. Going into his first spring game, I thought he did a great job on operating the offense, operating our tempo, and I thought he did well.
Eric, yep.
Gaston, can you walk us through the touchdown throw to Matthews and the adjustment that he made to get to the football?
Yeah, so that play, we only had a little bit of time left before halftime, and Coach called a shot down the field, and I just went through my progressions, and I saw the safety step down low, and Mike Matthews was on top of his defender, so I just threw it up to him. He made a great adjustment on catching the ball. I'm really, really happy for him.
Reese in the back, then Adam up front.
Chris, Heupel said that this is the deepest wide receiver he's had here at Tennessee. How do you see that in practices and in the spring game?
We got a lot of dogs on the team, so Brew McCoy, Score Right, Caleb Webb, just missing me and with those guys is gonna be fun.
Sort of following up on that, Nico, knowing that Coach Heupel says they're the deepest group he's had, how would you explain this wide receiving core?
Yeah, man, I think we just got a lot in our receiver room, a lot more receiver depth than we've had before. And then you add the size to it. A lot of young guys that can play up, like Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley. So it's fun to see this receiver room grow the way it's become, and I'm excited to go out there and play with those guys.
Yeah, Nico, how much more prepared do you feel now than a year ago to kind of take over and have this be your team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I've got a more grasp of the offense and what we're trying to do. And, just coming into this year, preparing the way that we've been, preparing with our whole QB room, me and Gaston, continuing to work every day. Man, I think, that's been our whole mindset this year.
Caleb?
Nico, what do you think about some of the young wide receivers in this room? Mike Matthews was kind of stood out on him today and throughout the whole spring.
Say again, what I noticed
What
was?
stood out about Mike Matthews today and kind of throughout the whole spring?
Yeah, man, I think his catch radius, man, he can go up and get the ball at a high level. It's rare seeing that from young guys coming in, but I think Mike Matthews, him coming in, I think we've expected that of him, and he's showing that every day in spring. So.
Vince and Paige.
Nico in the back, what kind of freedom do you have to be able to make some adjustments in the run game and your responsibility besides just throwing the ball, and how do you think you've executed with that responsibility?
Yeah, I think our coaches give the whole QB room the keys to go out there and succeed. Check it when it needs to be checked. I think the whole QB room, like I said, has the ability to go out there and do that. I think it's just more of being prepared and knowing your job well at a high level.
Obviously, you and Joe being on the sidelines or the bench together is nothing new, but I saw that you guys were on the bench together during, I think, the second half of the game. Just conversations maybe you guys were having with you and Joe kind of back there on the sidelines again together?
Yeah, it's fun always having Joe back, man. It's never anything new when he comes back. He's always welcome to our QB room, our meetings and stuff. So, yeah, it was great to have him on the sideline with us and, just us spending time together.
Eric and Gentry.
Nico, I know it's about getting better every single day. I know there's some guys out on the offensive side throughout spring, but are you pleased with the steps you guys took this spring and kind of where the offense is heading into the next phase of the offseason?
very pleased with the steps that we've been taking, man. You know, a lot of young guys on the O-line taking more reps. I think they've done a great job on carrying that load. Carrying that, you know, that burden on them, and I think, you know, the O-line's done a great job on getting better every day.
Chris, now that you're kind of getting used to this offense, how different is this from what anything you've done before in terms of just the speed and everything they try to do offensively here?
I'll say the splits is probably the most obvious thing. We got wide splits, play at a fast tempo, and it's more like a run-and-gun offense. So, I mean, if you play receiver, you want to play an offense like this. So, I'm thankful to be here.
Guys, if you don't mind, you play against them every day. Can you kind of give us a spring assessment of your defense? Not you guys, but the defense.
Yeah. Who you asking?
I'll start with you.
Me? Yeah, it's great, man, going out there and competing with, you know, with them. I think we've got one of the best, you know, D-line interior out there in the country. I think overall is how the defense plays. We got a lot of young guys, old guys, and I think they're meshing well on the defensive side. And yeah, man, I love competing with them every day.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just, you know, you go up against that secondary. Talk to me a little bit about what you think of them.
I'll say Ricky's the guy you gotta come and play ball every snap if he gonna mess around, throw you to the sideline. So guys like Ricky, Jamal McCoy, the transfer, real athletic guy, patient, going against them guys, getting better every day. It's gonna work out in the fall.
Weston Patrick.
Gaston, I know there's been times in your career where you've been kind of one play away from going in there and being the guy, but the situation where it is going into the season, sort of knowing that you probably one play away from being the guy, does that change your thought process at all, your mentality, your weekly preparation? Does it change anything for you?
No, I just try to prepare I honestly try to prepare like I'm the starter. I ask Nico all types of questions, and back when Joe played, I asked him stuff. So just if my name were to ever get called, I'd be prepared.
Nico, what are your next steps maybe as becoming a leader look like? Coaches have said you're really good one-on-one. We've seen you talk to guys one-on-one. What's maybe the next step, or how do you maybe expand your leadership style?
Yeah, I've been working on just being more vocal with the guys, being louder for them when I need to be, addressing the offense, you know, when it needs to be addressed. And yeah, I think I've been taking good steps in being more vocal with the guys.
How conscious are you of trying to be more vocal and trying to be an offense-wide kind of leader, not just sort of a one-on-one guy?
A little bit more. You know, I think I'm more of a quiet guy, so you know, it's definitely different for me to get out of my shell and, you know, go out there and celebrate with everybody. And, you know, it's something I'm continuing to work on.
Gaston, what have you seen in terms of the progression of the offensive line over the course of the spring?
Man, I've seen a great the young guys, even the old guys, new guys like Lance, and then all the young guys. Man, they've really, since day one of spring ball, they've gotten better every single day, and I'm really proud of them. And if they keep working, I think we're going to be really good.
Chris, how much you've been talking about learning the offense? How much of it is an aha moment versus a slow build up to understanding?
Say that first word again.
How much of it is like an aha moment, I got it, or is it a slow build up in understanding the offense?
I feel really confident in it right now. I don't think I had any MAs this scrimmage, so I mean, I think I'm getting better.
Chris, I know obviously that there were a lot of places you could have transferred to, obviously being one of the bigger receivers in the portal. Coming to a place like here where you know there's going to be a lot of competition for playing time, that might not have been the decision some guys made. Why was that okay with you?
I mean, coming in a room like this, being able to learn from guys like Brew, that just betters you. Having to come up every day and compete betters you. And then playing for an offensive-minded quarterback like Hype, our OC, and just a run-and-gun offense just made sense to me. So.
Yes, in the back. What have you seen from the running back room in camp? I know you guys have been banged up at that position, but what have you seen from the running backs?
I think we're going in a really positive way. The new coach came in, and everyone loves him. I think Cam Selden, obviously Dylan Sampson, Patrick, Hunter Barnes, Khalifa, all those guys are really moving in a really positive way.